Before we jump into the technocratic police and security state as promoted by Hands Up or I'll Shoot Barbie, who has her rifle pointed directly at PH-16's head, not to be confused with MS-13, I guess. Can somebody tell me what the hell a cult is and if this meets that criteria? I'm kind of speechless, and you know for a fact that all the Con Inc. propagandists would be all over a church that created a painting during a worship service that turned into Joe Biden worshiping at the cross. If this ain't cult-like behavior, I don't know what is. And speaking of cult-like behavior and Beast 666 type systems, check this out.
Hi, I'm Christine Ulm, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. If you plan on traveling, we need your help to prevent delays and to prove your identity. Get a real ID. Starting May 7th, you will need a real ID to travel by air or to visit federal buildings in the United States. These IDs keep our country safe.
They keep our country safe at the expense of divulging your private information that will be transferred onto a system, and you have no idea where your ID is going to go or who that ID comes into the possession of. And what did Benjamin Franklin say? Those who give up a little essential liberty for politically promised security and safety, which usually never comes, deserve neither safety nor security. But go on, Christy.
Because they help prevent fraud and they enhance security. Please do your part to protect our country. Go today and don't delay.
And did you get the stomach growl? That's on her video. Listen to the stomach growl. Here, I'm going to turn my mic off. You listen to Christy Nome's stomach growl.
Go today.
Did you hear it? I'm going to turn it off again. Here we go. Let's try it again.
Enhance security. Please do your part to protect our country. Go today and don't delay. To learn more, go to
Little indigestion problem while you're trying to cram that horse pill of tyranny down our throats, Christy?
DHS.gov/real-ID. Thank you.
The DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, doesn't it just warm your heart? And while we're on the topic of digital IDs, digital assets, digital currencies, and total government control, let's take a gander at this recent report on Fox and Friends talking about biometric digital travel credentials.
New airport rules plan to get rid of boarding passes and check in and go fully digital. The way it works, passengers would download a biometric passport on their phone, drop off their luggage, and go through security after a face scan. Then you'd board the plane without showing your ticket or a passport at all. But what does that all mean for your privacy? Let's ask Kurt, the cyber guy. He joins us now. Katie on the staff here went through, she said, in Dubai. They just looked right at her. Boom, she goes in. So this is happening some places already. Should we be nervous? I mean, that feels kind of like a pretty big step.
Well, Clay, good morning to you. I'm wondering, who's in control of all this data?
Great question.
Who is going to be the one that keeps the safety of all our deeply personal facial recognition data safe that matches to our credentials?
And it's not even about that. It's about the constitutionality. Don't we still have a supreme law of the land? And doesn't that supreme law of the land still contain the Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person, to be secure in your identity?
It's what people are calling the biggest shakeup in the airline industry in at least 50 years. Airlines and airports doing away over the next 3 years with the check-in process, as well as scanning a boarding pass. That'll all go away. A biometric digital travel credential will be created, or you could use your smartphone. It's
a biometric digital travel credential? What if you don't have a smartphone? Are you going to be barred from boarding a flight? What they're saying is what it's going to take for you to board this flight and go see your relatives or go on that business trip or go on that vacation is you're going to have to give up a little bit of your liberty so that you can get a little bit of extra protection and safety from the airline industry through the FAA, through the federal government.
It's going to show your face to a scanner when you enter the airport, and boom, you're in, just like Clay was saying. And this is, this digital travel credential will carry everything. It'll have your passport on it. It'll have your driver's license on it. It'll have your ticket on it. And it'll also understand your flight information to know if you're in the right place at the right time.
How convenient. Driver's license. It's got your ticket information, where you're going, when you're coming back, probably has your social security number on it. And if there's hackers that get into the system, they get it all, every bit of it. And besides that, even if hackers never got into the system, even if they never cracked the code and de-encrypted things so they could put things on their computer for their benefit, the government still has it. Are you going to trust the government with that kind of information? I want to know from the audience. We got a little bit more here, but I want to know from you guys. Do you plan on flying if this is going to be our reality?
Well, this is expected to radically shorten the amount of time you need at the airport. But again, a lot of questions about who's going to be in control of this data. We already know that all they're telling us, Clay, is that as far as what you and I scan in, that when we go to the airport and we scan our faces, that within 15 seconds, our data is going to be wiped from that reader. But what about on the other end?
I trust that. I totally trust them. In 15 seconds, it's gone. Believe us, it's gone.
Controlling all of that. There are a lot of unanswered questions here.
Kurt, I also expect, because every single day it seems like I open up a news app and data has leaked. You're saying that that would be scrubbed in 15 seconds. I think a lot of people out there watching are asking the question, really? Because it feels inevitable that all of this highly sensitive data would at some point get scrubbed, get taken, get scanned, and end up in the wrong hands. Am I crazy for this to worry about it? I don't think so.
Well, the world has been really bad at tracking all of this stuff, Clay. I think you're right. And the fact is, I don't know who's been determined to be in control of this data. And if it's a universal thing from the UN, and I don't know if many people know this, but, the UN dictates a lot of what happens when we fly. And they're the ones that are behind why we have the universal language or the global language at airports is English. So they also determine these sorts of things. So be actually very curious to see what Rachel's husband, Secretary Sean, thinks about this when it hits his desk, because it inevitably will.
No doubt. We got some connections here in the studio. Kurt, you do fantastic work.
I like the fact that people in the comments section under these videos and under that Kristi Noem announcement aren't buying this. Digital ID, digital currency, complete government control. I don't like this. One step closer to the chip. You should have the right to deny this. Yes, you should have the right to opt out. But think about it. There are biometric cameras that are installed everywhere. You walk into a mall, you walk into a post office, you go into some public place, a federal building, a state building, and a lot of these places, or even out on the roadways, they have a way to biometrically identify you. And it goes into a database and they've got all your credentials. They got your social security number. They've got everything. So in a way, we are constructing a technocratic cage that it's becoming more and more difficult to get out of. You should have the right to deny this. Imagine the chaos when the system goes down. Good point. Too many processes depending on a person having a phone. I think this is just another in a long line of bad ideas that are dependent on a device that can be lost, stolen, or hacked. Little by little, they force a phone into your hand. Correction, tracking device. Most of my elderly relatives don't have phones. This is ridiculous. Nope, give me a boarding pass and checking process. I'd rather wait at an airport versus shorter time than give up all my info for someone to hack it. Nope, don't want it. And over here on this, underneath this Kristi Noem statement, look what they're saying. Even some high-powered accounts, like I saw the Hodge twins. You've got Andy No right here saying this was supposed to go into effect on 2008. No, Mr. Guns and Gear says this is why I don't live in China. No thanks. Abolish Real ID, says Mises Caucus. Ian Malcolm says, so first you passed anti-free speech legislation criminalizing criticism of JEWS and South Dakota, and now you do this, pushing the CBDC and social credit for a totalitarian technocratic state. Is that right? Are you a shill for you-know-who? Victoria says this is unconstitutional. You should not need a federal ID to travel within the country. Interstate travel is protected in the Constitution. Hodge twins say, why not delay it like past administrations did so you can hear from the people on it? Americans don't want a big government surveillance state. Gianna says, no, you don't, and your pants are on fire. Aaron Day says you can still use a passport. Real ID is just one more step toward technocracy. And Jason Bassler says, do not comply. So there you go. Kristi Noem, as you knew she would, because she did this in South Dakota, has become a part of the technocratic police state surveillance apparatus, and she wants you to play along by May 7th. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. Do not submit to tyranny. I will see you in the next video.